Under the Hard Hat, Episode 8. Ownership changes everything. We cannot control every situation, every decision, or every person we work with, but we can always own how we respond. Ownership isn't about taking the blame for everything. It's about taking responsibility for the part that's ours. Because when ownership, when you own your act, when you own your actions, your attitude, your effort, you earn trust and build respect and grow into the leader you are capable of becoming. All right. This is Under the Hard Hat, powered by TEHFL. Just real conversations from the field. Stuff we don't always say out loud, but we probably should. There's one thing I've noticed that from separates people more than anything else. Ownership. Let me paint you a picture. We've seen both sides of this. Sometimes, something goes wrong. The one person starts explaining why it happened, why it wasn't really on them or their fault, why something else caused it. Let me let me say that again. Something goes wrong and one person starts explaining why it happened, why it wasn't really on them, why something else caused it. And then you've got someone else, same situation, and they just say, yeah, I'll take that. No excuses, just ownership. The truth, ownership isn't about being perfect. It's about being accountable. Let me say that again. Ownership isn't about being perfect. It's about being accountable. Because things are going to go wrong on the job or in life. That's not the difference. The difference is how you respond when they do. No excuse, no excuse excuses protect your ego. Ownership builds your reputation. So let me say that again. Let me say that again. Okay? Excuses protect your ego. Excuses protect your ego. Ownership builds your reputation. The honest part. I've caught myself doing it, explaining instead of owning, pointing at something else instead of looking at my part in it, even if it was only 10% my fault. And that's the part that matters. And this one is big because this is the shift. Because once I started focusing on what was actually mine, things changed. I stopped wasting energy explaining. I started fixing things faster. People trusted me more. So let me say that again. Once I started focusing on what was mine, what was actually mine, things changed. I stopped wasting energy explaining. I started fixing things faster. People trusted me more. Not because I was perfect, but because I was accountable. Let me say that again. Not because I was perfect, but because I was accountable. The tool. This is one this is one simple tool that I could give you. This is simple. Own 10%, even if you weren't fully responsible. Find your part in it and own that. Let me say that again. This is simple. It's a tool. Own 10%, even if you weren't fully responsible. Find your part in it and own that because that's where growth actually happens. Let me say that again. Because that's where growth actually happens. If something keeps going wrong, don't just look at what happened, look at your part in it. Let me say that again. If something keeps going wrong, don't just look at what happened, look at your part in it. Because the moment you take ownership in the moment things start to change. Just something I've been working on. Just and I'm Eric Chappell. Don't forget to hit the download and follow for the podcast. Also, make sure you go to Under the Hard Hat on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and follow.